They say there are two kinds of people in this world, those who have been in a battle and those who have not. The former, the veterans, understand the true meaning of silence, not the kind of silence that you and I know. A silence that can be broken with a cough or a creak in the floorboard or the chirp of a cricket. No, the silence that follows a battle is a different kind altogether. It's a silence that swallows all other sounds and leaves you in a world of stunned quiet. I remember it well. The year was 1968, and I was a young Marine fighting in the jungles of Vietnam. My unit and I had been tracking a group of Viet Cong for several days, and we finally got word that they were setting up an ambush near a small village. We moved in and set up our own ambush, camouflaged and ready to strike. Then we waited. The night was hot and humid, the kind of night that makes you sweat even in the darkness. The only sounds were the buzz of insects and the distant call of a lone bird. Then we heard them, the telltale sounds of footsteps and voices. We held our fire, adrenaline pumping, hearts racing. Suddenly, a shout in Vietnamese, the language I knew so well by then, cut through the night. "Run," he was saying. "They're onto us." And then the shooting started. It was like a scene from a movie, fire and bullets and men screaming, but it was real. And the next few minutes were the most terrifying of my life. There were so many shots, so much noise. I couldn't hear anything above the roar of the gunfire. I couldn't think. I was just reacting, moving and shooting until the ammunition in my rifle was spent. Finally, the shooting stopped, and then I heard it, the silence. It wasn't the silence of the night before, the peaceful quiet of a world untouched by war. It was a silence that seemed to devour all other sounds, a silence that was deafening in its finality. In that moment, I knew that the battle was over. We had won, but the silence was something else. It was a reminder of the cost of victory, a reminder of the fragility of life. In that silence, I could hear the screams of the fallen, the wounded, the dying. I could see their faces, the fear, the pain, the confusion, and then I could hear my own heartbeat, the sound of my own blood rushing in my ears. I was alive. I had survived. That's what you learn in the silence after the battle. You learn that life is precious, that every moment is a gift. And you also learn that the greatest battles are often won not by strength or power, but by courage, determination, and an indomitable spirit. Because in the end, it's not the size of your army or the strength of your weapons that matters, but the size of your heart and the strength of your will.